Things and things. This is your girl Queen Dee Dee with Dee Dee Said It. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all know I only come to y'all when it's something for real. Yes, sir. I got one. I heard just a couple, maybe less than a minute of this story, and it was kind of interesting. And when I noticed that I had a feeling it was going to be interesting, what I said, no, this is not going to work. The queen need to take this to the people. And that's my Queen Kings and Things. I want to get into this story. This is reported from someone, the Celebrity Junk. And y'all already know, I don't know nobody, but I'm going to get to know them. Or they going to get to know me. This story is saying Lala Anthony is finding it real hard to get a new man in these streets. I don't know why she need him from the streets. She's beautiful enough. Let's chime in on this story and see if there's anything that need to be dissected. I don't think it is, but who knows? I'm going to give this story. This story here is 8 minutes and 35 seconds long. I'm going to give this story 2, maybe 3 minutes of my time. I don't think there's nothing that we need to hash out. Let's just see what the Celebrity Junk have to say. Because I don't think Dee Dee Said It need to add anything else. Because I'm sure he got this covered. He got 118,000 subscribers, I see. Let's go ahead and listen and watch.
Jackson. Guys, Lala Anthony is trending for all of the wrong reasons. I kind of like Lala. It's not like she's doing anything very important these days. She's not. She's just being I don't know. She's being a mom, I guess, ex-wife. And, life has not been, I would say, for her dating career, the best, right? Since leaving Carmelo Anthony. She's talking about she'll never get married again. I honestly think that's not the issue. Probably a lot of guys who she would be interested in have too many other options, and she most likely would not be the best one. Okay? No shade at her because, hey, he did cheat, all right? Carmelo Anthony was booty clapping it up with strippers, but she made a big mention, okay? Made a big mention about not changing her son's last name. Now, I want to play a clip about what she noticed soon as she got divorced.
Here's how it goes. This is what I'm finding. I don't understand this. This is how it goes. Okay. When you're younger, you want to date older guys. And I'm not saying when you get older, you want to date younger guys, but when you get older, only younger guys want to date you. It's the wildest thing. Literally, guys will DM me or want to take me out, and I'll Google them. I'll be like, you're 22 years old. Like, what? How? Like, how does this work? But, like, so confident, so, like, I want to take you out. I think you're amazing. And I'm just like, what's the cutoff? Like, I don't know the cutoff. I'm just saying, what is the cutoff?
No, it's a real thing.
But we gotta go back. Okay. We'll get to that next.
Yeah, because we do have
But
to
I don't get what this thing is like.
No, it's a real thing.
The older you get, the younger the guys get. And it's wild.
So all of these young guys wanted to talk to her, okay? Now, strangely enough, this is the same thing that Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife did. Shawnee O'Neal, now Shawnee Henderson, and she didn't change her last name until she got with somebody more prominent. Not as prominent as him, but more prominent, all right? She uses the excuse, the reason why she's keeping the last name is because, her son might go to the NBA, and she wants to keep things consistent. Like I said, her last name, her son's last name, and all of that. That's what she's saying. Whether I believe that or not, I don't know. Okay, but that's what she's saying. She wants to be connected to her journey as he follows in her father's footsteps. And that's why she doesn't want to change the last name. She's going to keep it around for a little while. The reason why is because that last name holds weight. It connects you to a Hall of Famer, all-star, high-level player, Carmelo Anthony, which really helped, if you want to look at it or not, your career and who you are today. And that if you would have not married him, you would not be as known, okay? That's the reality. Because I'm not really buying the fact that, because you can still be your son's last name, and it's part of your identity now. It's a part of your identity. And a lot of ladies could be done with the man. Even Tina Turner kept her last name, Ike Turner. Why? Because even though Ike was whatever he was, that name means something. All right. And then a lot of times ladies feel like, well, I'll change it and go back to my maiden name after a while. But professionally, like Shaunie O'Neal, she was still getting hooked up because, oh, that's Shaq's ex-wife. That's Shaquille O'Neal's baby mama. That still meant something. It still opened doors for you. And being Lala Anthony opens doors for you. And a lot of people don't understand how powerful men are. Men are powerful when they have their stuff going. I'm not trying to say they're perfect, but again, a lot of ladies out here want to act like, hey, in my career, I'm getting the bag, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm doing well. A lot of ladies have gotten a lot farther in their life because of a man. It's not the other way around, okay? It's not often that a man meets a woman and his life changes financially. Almost never, okay? When a man meets a woman, for the most part, his life don't change financially. His life don't change career-wise. That doesn't happen, okay? When a woman is done with a man, he don't get to benefit from her no more. He don't get to clap no cheeks no more. He don't get anything no more. It's over and done with. That woman usually is still using something that man then got her. I don't care if it's as little as a cell phone. I don't care if it's furniture. I don't care if it's a watch. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's an apartment. I don't care if it's furniture or camera. That woman is still benefiting from what that man has done for her when they were together. A man don't, and once a woman is done with a man, he don't get nothing else from her at all, period. It's done. It's done. And until the next guy comes in, and which is, I will always tell you, there's always a next guy after you who did everything, and that new guy is not doing anything. He's not doing anything into the level that you're doing it. She leave you, she start messing with another dude, he don't have anything. He can't change her life, he ain't got no money, he can't put her on, he can't do any of those things. But he's still clapping the cheeks though. Oh, he's definitely clapping cheeks. He's definitely clapping cheeks. No doubt about the fact that he's clapping them up. Oh yes, he is. And until she finds somebody else that can really put her out there as a boss chick, as somebody that's valuable, she's not gonna change your last name. I'm gonna keep this last name. Because especially if you're successful. No. Now you got some of these chicks out here who are marrying these guys and they're keeping their own maiden name. That's because the guy is a nobody. Whenever you see that, for the most part, that's because the woman is equal to the guy or better than him. But Lala Anthony had to change her name because she was not really that on. You see? And she ain't gonna get wifed up. He can get married and she will be Lala Anthony on with the next chick and Lala Anthony. And guess what? Carmelo, if he still want her to a certain degree, he can still have her, but probably to some level. And guys gotta really understand what this is. When you're a guy that's out there building, and you're a guy that's out there that's bringing resources, and you're a guy that's out there getting it, oh, she might break up with you, but she gonna want to be attached. Even I know about the story of this dude. This dude had a pretty good business, okay? He left the girl. It was a bad breakup. The lady still wanted to be attached to the business. It's because the business was so powerful. It was so good. It was so transformative that he had moved on. She had moved on. But the new dudes that she was dealing with couldn't provide her anything to the same level that the guy was doing. The guy, they didn't even like each other no more. She wasn't going to change for him. He wasn't going to take her back. And she was out there like struggling. She was still getting her cheeks clapped for sure. By dudes that was dusty, living in the stuff that he had bought her, living in the apartment that he had bought her, all of that. Still trying to be attached because that was the best way for her, trying to get back on. And that's what's going to happen when you guys start getting money and never listen to this stuff that ladies are talking about when they're trying to say things like, oh, we don't need a guy. We independent. Most of the things that most rich women get, a man helped them get it. It's very few women who become millionaires based on their own efforts in the States. Some are, but most rich women are rich through either their father gave them that money or the husband gave them that money. And it's still the number one and will always be the number one and the quickest way for a woman to get wealth is to get married to a rich. It's the fastest way. And it's the most efficient way.
Tell y'all what, guys. I told y'all I'm only going to give y'all 2 minutes of this story because he did a good job. But I want y'all to give me just 1 minute I'll be right back. You know how you go into church and when you get ready to use the bathroom, you got to do them like this in order to walk past the congregation because the pastor be preaching. You do them like this. 1 second, y'all. I'm back. I didn't realize what the problem was because I don't think I don't think I was hearing him well. I wasn't dressed right for the occasion. Because sometimes when you have to walk in the room, you got to walk in the room in a different way. They don't hear you or see you when you not bow, Black Panther style. I didn't hear what he was saying the first time, and it's time for me to start listening. So I had to go and gear up. I had to gear up because it was some things that wasn't sitting right in the Queen's ears. Now let's get back on this celebrity junk. He had some things he needed to say to me as a queen. And anybody that's coming to sit on this throne, you're going to come and you're going to talk right to me. Or I can't hear you. And I didn't hear you before. Now, I got some women to defend.
Lala Anthony is trending for all of the wrong reasons.
I want to start right there. See, we started off wrong the first time because you said that Lala is trending in the news for all the wrong reasons. I don't see why there's anything wrong with her. I don't see anything that could be wrong with Miss Anthony. What I seen that Miss Anthony was wrong for was being in such a toxic marriage for so long, for her to have been so beautiful and have brought so much to the table, even if it was a sign. Because we need to start right there. Now, continue. Because I'm going to dissect you all the way down to the celebrity junk. Because this is junk.
Like Lala, it's not like she's doing anything.
Doing anything what now?
Important these days.
Did you just say she's not doing anything important? I want to know, what do you classify as important, especially if she have you reporting on her? That's important enough. It's important enough that she's in the news, but you took time to report on her. She's doing something right. She's doing something right because you're reporting, right? So let's see what you're reporting on.
She's just being I don't know. She's being a mom, I guess, ex-wife.
A mom and an ex-wife. That's all she's being. Okay.
Life has not been, I would say, for her dating career, the best, right? Since leaving Carmelo Anthony.
I want to know, first of all, how do you know that? How do you know that her life haven't been the best in the dating industry since she left Carmelo? How do you know that? Are you going off something that was reported to you as gossip, or have you had a sit down with her? I'm not sure, so I'm asking a question. I wouldn't mind sitting down with you too. I want to know, how do you know about her dating life? Because she didn't give it to you? She didn't give you no views? She didn't give you no subscribers? Because if she had sat down with you, you would have been popping. I'm kind of confused starting this story off. So far we said 3 things that I didn't agree with. Let's see what the 4th thing is going to be.
Talking about she'll never get married again.
And what's wrong with that? She's been married already. Maybe the first marriage that she was in was so toxic and it was so heavy. And maybe it was even a pretty bit detrimental to her. When a woman's heart get broken, it does make you say stuff like that, especially when you've given your all. You've given not only your all, you've given all of you. You've produced a child. You've had that kid. You've raised that kid. On the days that you're out there philandering, I've given you everything. Why would I want to get married again? Why would I want to have another one of you? We have a problem here, and I'm just getting started.
I think that's not the issue. Probably a lot of guys who she would be interested in have too many other options, and she most likely would.
How do you know that? How do you know probably the other guys that she may be interested in might not want her? Name one of them. Name one man that she might be interested in that may not want her. See, you're starting this story off in a chauvinistic way. I want you to name a man that she may or may not be able to get. See, you're reporting on something that you don't know. How do you know there may be a man that she may want? Because I'm sure you would have her if she came to you, unless you're a nobody. How are you fixing your trap to say maybe? See, with the fact that you put in the word maybe in there, you're speculating. You don't know what man may or may not want her, or why not. It may be men out there that want her, but she don't want them because she can see the same traits that she's seen in her own husband that she's already given all to. What you men aren't understanding is, I got you, Lala. Keep smiling. What you may not understand is, when you get a strong black woman like that, who decide, I don't need to have a man in my life in order to move forward, because when the right one come along, he's going to be there to stay. He's going to want me for all of me. He's not going to want to stick and hit and grab and leave. You don't know who may or may not want this woman. She may or may not want another man right now. She may be in a position or a situation where she wants to find herself. Who are you to say she may or may not want a man and they may or may not want her? You have not heard that in the news, have you? Stop reporting bad news. Where did you get this from? What made you come and say something like this on a platform of 118,000 subscribers? Are you trying to build on that? Let's keep going.
Be the best one. Okay? No shade at her because, hey, he did.
It is shade on her. It's shade on her because you've started off speaking lowly of her in the first 54 seconds of this video. What do you mean no shade on her? There's a lot of shade on her. The biggest shade you just said was she's a woman that can't get somebody. That's shade. You don't say stuff like that and then say it's not shade. That is shade. You're saying she can't get someone, but why? Why are you saying these things about her? I'm almost guaranteed if she came for you, you'll be ready to spread them. How could you report news like this? And then to say in 54 seconds of your 8 minutes and 35-second video that there's no shade. You started off with 3 to 4 different levels of shade. Let's keep going.
All right. You know, Carmelo Anthony was booty clapping it up with strippers.
So you saying it very lightly. Oh, he was bootying up with strippers. No big deal. He was bootying up. You know, I get what she's doing. He was bootying up with strippers. So you're taking it lightly. And she's giving her all to this man. All her years, her time, her energy, her heart, her love, her soul. And you're going to say all he was doing. All he was doing. I'm not going to say he wasn't doing anything, but you're throwing it out there as if it's as a matter of fact. You're not saying it out there as, man, he's wrong for that. If he didn't want to be in a marriage, he should have gotten out that marriage. If he didn't want this woman anymore, he should have left her alone all the times that she tried to leave him. And I'm sure he's the one that ran back to her. I'm sick and tired of you guys trying to give these men free passes and throwing it on the lady. When before you start reporting stuff like this, what I would like for you to do is start looking back at your own life and saying, wait a minute, I got a mother. And I would not want her to be treated like this. And I would suggest and recommend to her that you leave any man, even if it's my daddy, that's mistreating her the way you're doing this woman. But when you want to be chauvinistic, or you're trying to get subscribers, or you're trying to get views and comments, what you do is you throw this type of shade in the air. But don't forget, son, you have a mother. If you don't have a mother, I wonder, do you have a sister? If you don't have a sister, do you have a daughter? I don't take lightly to this. And I'm just getting started. And we're only 1 minute into this video. I got 7 minutes left.
He made a big mention, okay? Made a big mention about not changing her son's last name. Now,
why should she change her son's last name? He wasn't born with a different last name. He was born with the last name that his mom and his dad was married under. Why are we discussing a last name? But I guess you're about to tell me. So if you're going to tell me about the last name, I need you to leave the son out of it and get to the point.
A clip about what she noticed soon as she got divorced.
Here's how it goes.
Before you tell me here's how it goes, you brought up a last name. You brought up a son. Now you're going to bring up a clip about something she said. You're leading, aren't you? But I caught you. I'm going to get to that in a second.
This is what I'm finding. I don't understand this. This is how it goes. Okay. When you're younger, you want to date older guys. And I'm not saying when you get older, you want to date younger guys. But when you get older, only younger guys want to date you. It's the wildest thing. Literally, guys will DM me or want to take me out, and I'll Google them. I'll be like, you're 22 years old. Like, what? How? Like, how does this work? But, like, so confident, so, like, I want to take you out. I think you're amazing. And I'm just like, what's the cutoff? Like, I don't know the cutoff. I'm just saying, what?
I'm going to stop her right there because guess what, Lala? You're not by yourself. I'll be 50 years old come January 18th. Yeah, all Capricorn up in here. At the end of the day, with me being separated, do you know how many young bucks run behind me? Do you know how many little boys run behind me as if I'm finna give them breast milk? That's just how the story go. Just like you take these old coons, the older they get, the younger they want. Do anybody talk about that? If those little young boys want to come after you and they think you a cougar, be one. If that's what you want to do. The men do it. What's the big deal? I mean, I'm not into little boys like that. And I'm sure you're not into little boys. You know why you're not into little boys? Because I'm sure right now you're not into anybody other than finding yourself. I just want to intervene and say that.
No, it's a real thing.
But we got to go back. Okay. We'll get to that.
Yeah, because we do have
But
to
I don't get what this thing is like.
No, it's a real thing.
The older you get, the younger the guys get. And it's wild.
So all of these young guys wanted to talk to her, okay? Now, strangely enough, this is the same thing that Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife did. Shawnee O'Neal, now Shawnee Henderson, and she didn't change her last name until she got with somebody more prominent. Not as prominent as him, but more prominent, all right? She uses the excuse, the reason why she's keeping the last name is because, you know, her son might go to the NBA, and she wants to keep things consistent.
I'm confused. You're all around the place. You're all around the place. You just brought up about her changing the last name with the son. And then you threw a clip in there about her saying about young men hitting on her. I'm confused as to why you brought that up. That's just a reality to it. And then now you're bringing up Shawnee O'Neal. So what was the purpose of you bringing up the clip about her saying young men want her? And what was the purpose of you bringing up Shawnee O'Neal right behind that? So now you just threw something out there for someone to say something. And then you go and you throw Shawnee O'Neal in it. You are around the corner with your story. There's no sense in me even hitting on that. Because you just brought something up that wasn't even relevant. It didn't even make sense. All these old coons out here that start dating all younger than their daughters. After they've been in a marriage for 60 and 70 years. After they've been with a woman since they was in high school. But now you're going to throw this up about young men that want her. What does that have to do with this story? You just reported on the story that it's hard for her to find a new man. But then you threw in that a lot of men, it doesn't matter the age, they're still men. They're after her. Which part of this story are you trying to bring to us? Because you can't label this story. Lala Anthony is finding real hard to get a new man in these streets. But then you bring up a clip where she's saying so many men are after her, but they're younger than her. Younger than her don't have to be 22. She gave you one of the examples of the age. She didn't say that's the age of all of them. And maybe if she's in her 40s, she may be noticing men in her 30s trying to hit on her. Hey, she may be noticing a 40-year-old hitting on her. It's still younger than her. So which part of this story are you trying to bring to the people? Because when I'm looking at my Queen Kings and things, the way we seeing it right now is you're saying that she couldn't get a man at all in these streets. And speaking of these streets, why would she want a man out the streets? She don't live there. She don't need a man out the streets. Why don't you go get you one out the barnyard? Why would you bring that up? I need you to get to the point here, because I'm ready.
Like I said, her last name, her son's last name, and all of that. That's what she's saying. Whether I believe that or not, I don't know. Okay, but that's what she's saying. She wants to be connected to her journey as he follows in her father's footsteps. And that's why she doesn't want to change the last name. She's going to keep it around.
Why should she change her last name if she was married into it? When two people get married, they marry and they change the last name. The woman go with the last name of the husband. Well, what did she do to have to change her last name? She did absolutely nothing. If anything, her husband should change his last name. She doing what's been normally going on in society. When you get married, you follow the last name of your mate, which is the male. And when you get a divorce, you continue that same last name unless you get remarried or there was such a bad situation to where you need to change your last name because maybe it was so bad you just don't want to be attached and affiliated with that person anymore. So I'm still kind of confused here, but I'm going to let you keep talking, because if her journey, when she started and also when her husband started, and they agreed, because that was the law, that's a part of the law where you change your last name because of the man. Why did she need to change her last name once they got divorced? When did this propaganda start? And why are we bringing that up? But I guess you're going to let us know, right? If you can finally get to the point.
Wow. The reason why is because that last name holds weight. It connects you to a Hall of Famer, all-star, high-level player.
It connects her to a life that she's been living before he even became anybody. She didn't meet him and he was this big-time superstar and he was all over and he was this, that, and other, just like a lot of people didn't. Remember Michael Jordan? Do you know how Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan? Because he had to go through his wife's family in order to get to the next level. His wife held him down so that he can build a career and a life for them. That's why she's connected to someone that she helped build. She's connected to someone that she also allowed and agreed to go out there and make a life for not just you, husband, but for us, but for our child. She helped him build wealth. So why shouldn't she get any accolades from that? He didn't build wealth on his own. Just like he needed her, she needed him as well. They built a life together. And not only that, a lot of times when these men, since y'all want to throw it on the men and give them all the player cards, you don't think Carmelo was getting no publicity from her? She was a prop on his shoulder. She's beautiful. She played some sort of role in getting him indoors as well. It don't just work the way y'all seeing it out of y'all eyes. She played a role there as well. Men go, when you go to getting into sports and you know you're a part of the TV and everybody recognizing you and everybody noticing you, why do you think these men go out and get beautiful women? They got a prop standing next to them. Sometimes that prop standing next to them, that woman, is what also get them in the door. Behind every man is a good woman. She held the house down. Had she not been a part of his world and he had a kid, who was going to raise that kid? She did what she had to do to be a part of this marriage, to build it together. She didn't just sit back as a prop for him so he can build up everything. And then when they get a divorce, she just get whatever he take and whatever he give her. And then she's done. It doesn't work like that. I don't know if you've ever been married before. I don't know if you're in a relationship. I don't know how long you've been in a relationship before, but Something's not sitting good here. I want to go ahead and assume that you're only doing this because you need subscribers. Stop reporting bad news. And I'm sick and tired of hearing news about us black women. We are struggling enough. And the reason why we are so far behind time is because we let you men get so much of an advantage over us. Because we chose to be just like our grandparents. We chose to just be like our ancestors, where we took a back seat in order to build you up, in order to build our house. That's what a foundation is. Why do you always decide to point fingers at black women? But I could see these white women out here. They go, wait, soon as the man start making a little bit of money, then yes, he want to drop his black wife off. And then he run to the white woman. Why? Does it get him somewhere? What happened? If women stopped taking back seats to her husband, then y'all will have something to say about that. This is utterly ridiculous and disrespectful.
Carmelo Anthony, which really helped, if you want to look at it or not, your career and who you are today, and that if you would have not married him.
And when he married her, when he got with her, he also had a motive. The motive was she was beautiful. They had a kid together. He didn't get all of this by himself. He didn't do all of this by himself. He had a partner with him. She have a career as well. They were in two separate industries. Do you not know not everybody are involved in basketball? Not everybody know just because you're a basketball player. Not everybody know you just because you're a football player. It may sound hard to believe, but the truth of the matter is, she had her own career as well. She took a back seat in order to build him up. Why do we get beat to a pulp like this? Why? Why don't y'all find anything else to report on about us black women? Why do it always have to come off condescending? Why does it always have to come off where you're dragging us through the mud? Why? But the minute you guys go out there and you get beat to a pulp by the police officers and dragged through the mud by the court systems and sitting up in jail and prison, it be us black women that be holding y'all down while you're gone. Let's talk about Gucci Mane. His wife held him down while he was gone. She built an empire while he was gone. Let's talk about that. It took her. He was out of the picture. When he came home, he was set. Why do you not find something positive? Why does it have to be such negativity when it comes to us as black women? Why do we have to fight so many people? We already fight in one race. Now I got to sit here and listen to black men drag us through the mud. Do y'all not have mothers? Do you not have daughters? Are you not married? What is it? So the best way for you to make $1 is to drag this lady through the mud? You couldn't find nothing else to report on her own? So it makes you feel good to drag her down like this.
You would not be as known. Okay? That's the reality. Because I'm not really buying the fact that, oh, because you can still be your son's last name, and it's part of your identity now. It's a part of your identity.
Why would it not be a part of her identity? And now that you're admitting it's a part of her identity, what's wrong with that? And you can best believe, anytime Carmelo do any type of interview or anything, do you not think they mention her? She's beautiful. She's stunning. She's a sweet person. She did nothing wrong to him. And if the truth be told, I would just sit back and wonder how many of Carmelo's friends wish they had her. Let's talk about that. See where y'all get it confused at? I'll raise my hand. Do you know how many, if I was slimy and grimy, do you know how many of my separated husband's friends tried to hit on me? Do you not think that played an intricate role? She was a footstep for him as well. Not just a step down. She was a footstep for him. Why should she change anything about herself other than him? She helped him grow. She formed him as well. She was right there for him, sitting in those stands, rooting him on. She was making sure when he got home, he had the adequate meals, that he was taken care of. And you're going to sit on here and downgrade her? What I wish that Carmelo Anthony would do is step up behind her, because I'm sure he's admitting he let a good woman go. I'm not saying he couldn't find him another one, but I'm sure if he had an interview with you, he would say no, just like Shaquille O'Neal did. I let a good woman go, and I wish I had done better. I wish that Carmelo Anthony, now I don't wish he come on your page, because that'll give you too much clout. You already got the big head. That's why you're on here downgrading this black woman like that. I wish he was able to speak up and say, no, I don't want to hear anybody talking down about her. Don't downgrade her. And maybe I suggested that she don't change her last name. I didn't want her to change her last name because she helped build me. This was a foundation that we built together, but I tore it down. Stop downing us like this.
And a lot of ladies could be done with the man. Even Tina Turner kept her last name.
Because Tina Turner built Ike. Tina Turner made Ike.
What?
Tina Turner made Ike. That's why Ike didn't want to let her go. Why did she need to change her name? She was still Tina with them legs. She was still Tina. She didn't have to change her name. She was still Tina. Did you not notice when Tina left Ike, he left too? Did you not notice that? Don't bring Tina into this. See, you're trying to throw names in there, but it's going to come back and bite you. Tina carried her own weight because it was her voice. Tina is not compared on this level. Don't bring Tina into this. Tina actually had absolutely nothing to do with it. Tina carried her own weight. And she's still Tina Turner and was remarried. That was her name on stage. That was how she made money. That was her livelihood. I'm not understanding what you mean. So you're bringing up Tina. And what point are you trying to make?
Even though Ike was whatever he was.
Even though Ike was whatever he was, that's how you throw it on your platform. You got men following you who are actually agreeing with this. She's only worth what the market is willing to pay her. But Carmelo Anthony was the same way. He was only worth what the market was willing to pay him until people like us stood up and fought for you to pay everybody the same way and equal the way you did the white man, the way you paid a white woman. This is more than a one-way street. How do you guys sit back and say things like this and be so... This is just disrespectful. It's disrespectful on so many levels.
They mean something, all right? And then a lot of times ladies feel like, well, I'll change it and go back to my maiden name.
Do you really think that conversation is that serious with women? Do you really think women really sit back in their day-to-day life? Oh, I better not change my name. I better not do. If I don't change my name, let me contemplate what's going to happen if I don't change my name. Do you really think it get that serious for women? You done heard a couple of women that say, I'm going to keep my last name. And now you're throwing it out there like that's a part of the black community for women. That's not a part of the black community for women. The main thing that we need to adhere to here is she divorced someone that didn't protect her heart and didn't appreciate her having his child and didn't appreciate her standing behind him didn't appreciate her being a strong black woman for him. You're literally sitting out here saying this lady can't get a man, and she's that biggest to where this whole conversation is she didn't want to change her name. You can't be for real. You can't be for real. You can't be for real.
But professionally, like Shaunie O'Neal, she was still getting hooked up because, that's Shaq's ex-wife.
I think what you forgot here is when Shaunie left her husband, she flourished. When she left her husband, she built a whole entire franchise. And what she built it off of was the treatment that she was getting from a basketball player. She was not flourishing when she was married to him. She flourished when she left him. She flourished when she decided, let me get from behind this cheating man machine's ass and become what I should have already been, other than having babies. She rose to the occasion on her own, but thankful to the treatment that she went through in her marriage is what made her her own millionaire. Now, if you want to throw Shaunie and Shaq in here because of that, you can do that. But both of them were in that situation. Both of them were. But she built her own empire. She didn't have an empire when she was with Shaq. But she held those kids down. She made sure that house was taken care of. She made sure that everything was held together. While 90% of the time he was on the road or at training practice or getting himself conditioned. She didn't throw the children off on him. She didn't throw the regular days of life off on him. She the one made sure and maintained, because all the children that they had together, had she not been a part of that, what was Shaq gonna do? Do you really think he was gonna find anybody else to raise their children together? To hold a house down? Or even find a woman that just wasn't digging for gold, or being a gold digger? He stayed with a woman that held him down while he was able to build. Shaq became bigger after he left her, or she left him. But she also did the same thing too. She built a franchise off of her situation, her relationship, her marriage, her treatment. But she also still raised those children. So now you're bringing Shaunie in this. But I didn't hear you say that Shaunie built her own empire. She didn't build her empire because her last name was O'Neal. She built her empire because the last name of O'Neal took her through the ringer. And she needed to get paid for that. I wish a lot of us were smart like that.
That's Shaquille O'Neal's baby mama. That's the...
No, be respectful. That's Shaquille O'Neal, ex-wife. She wasn't a baby mama. Understand that there's a difference. And if I decide to get a divorce, I'm nobody's baby mama. I'm someone's ex-wife. So if you're going to start addressing these ladies, address them right. She's not a baby mama. Put some respect on it.
It's something. It still opened doors for you.
It opened doors for her because of the way he treated her. And she decided to use her brain and make money off of it. She decided to finally find a reason to say, I went through pain, but here's my gain. That's what we need to be talking about. It wasn't just the last name, because her last name was O'Neal as well. Let's remember when Shaquille first started getting big, they were in college. Guess what? She was there. She helped him. They grew together. He didn't grow by himself. Why are you trying to throw shade? What, you need subscribers?
Lala Anthony opens doors for you. And a lot of people don't understand how powerful men are.
Let's talk about how powerful men are. When you say how powerful men are, they are powerful because they had women like us behind them, rooting them on for power. They became powerful men because they had strong black wives behind them raising their children. Because if these powerful black men weren't in positions to raise their children, society would have been beating them up for that very reason right there. But because these men were able to go out and use their talents to make money, it's also a talent to raise children. You have to be strong to be a black woman, and a black mother at that. We have so many things riding against us that made us powerful as well. For me to have been able to raise my children, I know I'm a powerhouse. And still be able to financially support my house while raising the children, because I was not an at-home mom. A lot of these ladies Lala wasn't an at-home mom. She also worked too. But she made sure that her son was taken care of. Shawnee may have been an at-home wife. You see how many children they had? Shaq wouldn't have been able to sit home, play basketball, and raise children, go to PTA meetings, change Pampers, listen to kids bicker, listen to teachers tell lies on them, make sure they're protected in the streets, make sure that the bills stay paid. I don't give a damn who money it was with. It's not easy being an at-home mom, and it's not easy being a mom. So I'm not understanding, what do you mean? It took two to tango, not one. If it wasn't for these women allowing these men to go out and venture out and utilize their talents, it wouldn't have gone that far for them either. We don't know that. But why do you decide to male bash a woman? She can't get a man. She got to have his last name. Men are powerful. I wonder how powerful you guys are. Do you call yourself powerful against white men? Let's talk about that. See, when y'all got to get challenged against someone that's equal to you, or is the white man say they bet? Are you equal to the white man, or are the white men showing y'all that you below them? So it's easy to be the strong powerhouse over a woman, huh? Just like y'all got these ones in the streets, these transgender men out here frolicking in a woman's sport, boxing against women like our stamina is the same, swimming against women like our stamina isn't the same. But I tell you what, strong, powerful black man, I want to see if you this powerful. Have a baby. Powerhouse. Birth one of y'all and tell me how strong y'all are. If the first man on this earth that can produce a baby, I'm a hail to the queen. Don't ever come and say about a man is that powerful, baby, because without that man, his mama, he wouldn't be one. Who's powerful is the queens. We've birthed y'all. We've raised y'all. And if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have this talent. And I want you to stop this. We birth men. Men don't birth us. It don't matter what you put in me. If I can't push you through my canals, you don't get there. If I can't carry you, you're not coming. You that powerful? Get a monthly. Have your period every month. Break your body down like that. Y'all want to talk about power? You want to talk about women? You want to talk about control? Be controlled when you got to run a whole house. When you got to go to work up until you 10 months pregnant, because y'all say we go till we 9 months. No, it's 10 months. Carry a baby and still go to work. And still come home and raise the rest of those children. Still buy grocery and cook that dinner because not all of us can afford a maid. That means all of us carries multiple hats. And the only thing that you can do for me is going philander in the streets, and I've given you my all. I'm appalled at this behavior coming from black men the way I've been hearing it. But guess what? The queen is in the building now. If you want me, come for me because I got a feeling I'm going to meet you too. Or are you going to meet me? We're going to stop this today. When you can show me that you can have a baby and you can push him out like me and have a C-section and still get up and walk. And you cut across a one part of your body to the other. Then you could tell me about power. Until then, y'all ain't gonna never be stronger than me. Never. I don't care how much of a skirt you put on. I don't care how many times you throw high heels on. You'll never be stronger than me. And when I walk, I got a natural twist, baby. Because that's what the queens do. We're natural. We naturally have babies. Y'all, you can't have a baby. You don't even get a monthly. But y'all want to go out and throw your dresses on. You want to go out and deal with the next woman. You want to put us down as black queens. Why? The minute you get with Becky and Rebecca, the minute you do something wrong, who you think the police gonna bash? Who head they gonna bash in? They drop you off just like that. You got our black women, we try to sit with y'all as long as we can through your cheating and your philandering and your adulterous asses. And you gonna get on here and downgrade black women like that. You need to go back to your mama and you need to apologize for this video. And tell your mama I said, hey, the queen got her too.
Men are...
I don't want to hear about men, but you can tell me about R. R, you wrong. I don't want to hear nothing about men. Until you tell me a man that birthed me, save it.
Powerful.
Men aren't more powerful than me. I just said to you, when you get a man that can spit one of y'all out, then you're going to tell me about powerful. When you get a man that get a monthly like me, that's a period, some of us say. That's a menstrual cycle. That's something we go through every month. We need eggs to bear y'all. Do you know the hell we go through? When you're in labor, I want to see one of y'all rotten men go through labor. But y'all want to get yourselves and you want to compare yourselves to me. No, the one you need to be comparing to, compare yourself to the white man that break you down like trash. And then we the women that jump up for your defense real quick or go toe to toe with somebody to protect our house. And then you get on social media and you bash us as women. You need to go back to your mama and you need to apologize to her. And tell your mama I said the queen got her.
Have their stuff going. I'm not trying to say they're perfect, but again...
Not trying to say they're perfect. But why every time you say something about a man, you make it as a matter of fact and you throw it across the air? I caught it. I caught it. And I'm going to take it somewhere. What you're not going to do is get on here and belittle us as women. I don't know how many strong black women out there that's going to speak up like me. But I don't got a problem with it, baby. I don't have a problem with it at all. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to belittle me. You're not going to take my power from me. You're not going to take anything from me. And like I said before, when you show me that you could birth one of y'all knuckleheads, then we could talk. Because you can't have no baby like I can. And I'm the one that bring boys in this world, not men.
A lot of...
And I want to say this too. I don't know how many of y'all out there that heard of this before, but let's keep it real. It was said when a woman and a man have sex, when a woman and a man make love, when a woman and a man is intimate. Somebody know where I'm going at. How? Have you ever heard that saying, women make men and men make girls? Go back to your mama and ask her what that means. Just be clear. When these men run in this world, you know what they say? That woman wanted you. They say when a woman get on top of a man, at the bottom too, because we'll stroke it which way. Hey, y'all know us. Y'all, a lot of y'all done been ussy whooped before. You probably still are. That's why you're up here acting like you're a chauvinistic pig, because you're ussy whooped. We'll talk about that another time, celebrity junk. See, I don't care about subscribers. That don't mean nothing to me. You know why? I'll bow. Because your girl gonna be something anyway. She already is. I'm just an introduction to y'all. I've been here. At the end of the day, it's women that make men. The men, remember, y'all make women. So y'all want to call us soft? Why did you create us like that? See, the woman is the one, if we want to get cute with it, the woman is the one, when you in the bed, you better ask somebody. See, there's somebody out there that's listening. It's said that women is the one, when we get on top of you, we produce those men. Y'all produce women. So what y'all produce, are y'all calling it weak? So I produced you to be powerful, right? Oh, okay. Now, that's another conversation. The queen will bring that up too. But we talking about this today. Don't ever disrespect us like this again. I don't even know if I want to finish this video. But because I need to dissect you down to the T, I'm going to. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes of my time.
I here want to act like, you know, hey, my career.
It's not an act. It's not an act for me to be a black woman. That's not an act. You're talking about careers. I'm talking about being a woman. I'm talking about being a real woman. I'm talking about holding a real man down, because that's what us as women do. What we decide to do is we decide to hold y'all down. And it's so rude that every time I've looked around, do you know the amount of women that reach out to me? See, don't look at these subscribing things. See, y'all into subscribers and stuff. I don't know nothing about it. What I'm into is the truth. What I'm into is dissecting somebody like you. What I'm into is showing women that we do have a voice. This is why we're so far behind, because we've given y'all too much. And you see what you did? You take and you take and you take and you take until y'all have broke us down to pieces. And now we're too busy trying to build back up what we never had. And that's why us women, we need to start banding together. Stop jumping on the wrong bandwagon. Just because you get a man in your life, stop putting your friends down. Because when them men gone, them friends are still there for you. Those women friends that are true friends. Wake up, ladies. We're being beat to a pulp by man after man after man. And it's becoming to a space where it don't matter the color no more. I am tired of fighting with you all. All I'm asking for is the same respect that you give Becky, that you give Rebecca, that you give Samantha, that you give Molly. Why don't we get that same respect from y'all? Why do we have to be so belittled that we can't get a real man? Why do we got to be so belittled that we need your last name? Why? Why? Why do a man got to be the powerhouse and I'm the one brought him here? Do you know who the true powerhouse is? Because if his mama didn't bring him here, Shaquille, you won't be nobody. Carmelo, you wouldn't be nobody. Michael Jordan, Magic, y'all wouldn't be anybody. Denzel, y'all wouldn't be nobody. We brought y'all here. That's who the powerhouse is. I deserve everything that I helped build, even if it's keeping your last name, goddammit. And y'all better stop this, because I'm not going nowhere. And neither are my black queens. And y'all better stand up. And when I say stand up, ladies, y'all better stand up. You could be cute, but I'm telling you, don't be mute. You could be cute, but don't be mute. They're taking advantage of us. It's a war going on, and it's in our own house. It's in our own neighborhood. It's with our own black men that we have brought to the stage. We brought them front and center, and look how they are disrespecting us on a manner like this. I'm appalled. I had to do a video the other day with a Karen ranting on. She hate black women. Y'all seen it. If you didn't, go back and look at it. We got the white women beating us up. We got our black men beating us up. But I'm going to tell y'all, ladies, whether y'all believe it or not, y'all won't believe the amount of white men that love that juice. And they want to respect you. And they address you as queens because our own men don't even give us that title anymore. They give you that title when they're around their friends, but they mistreat you in your household. Why do we go through this? Why are we still putting up with this? We are fighting a battle within. That's why half of the women can't make it. That's why a lot of the women, they choose to be single. Lala, if you don't want to find a man right now, girl, don't. Wake up. Be selfish. Become lonely. Watch you find your peace. And as long as you at peace, I promise you, you're going to be so much at peace until guess what you're going to do? You're going to practice the traffic light. The traffic light is red, yellow, and green. Put the yellow light first. Once you become selfish, once you become lonely, once the Lord help you find peace, when you decide to get out there again, I want you to proceed with the yellow light. That means proceed with caution. If you see anything going wrong, you need to stop on red. When you notice you can change from that red light, the next light it's green, right? Don't ever proceed from red and go straight to green. I need you to go back to your yellow light. Proceed with caution. Because it might be a red flag. Flag on the play again. Red light. We don't have to continue to fight these men. If this is how they decide that they want to treat you, you got a powerful weapon. And I'm going to tell you, you have a more powerful weapon than you will ever know. Between your legs, I promise you, it's powerful. And if women band together and you stop giving it up so freely, stop giving it up for a meal at McDonald's, God damn it, stop giving it up to go to Chris Ruth or whatever her damn name is. Stop giving it up. I bet you they'll tighten up. Be cute and stay mute. They want to treat you like this, shut it down. I don't give a damn if cobwebs hit it. Find you a maintenance man. How about that? Don't be mistreated by these men no more. You think you that powerful? Pick that up. What you gonna do? Get you a man? What you gonna do? You gonna come out from being the download in? Ladies, shut it down. Shut the shop down. When they go to treating you like this, you shut it down and you hold it until the Lord send you who you supposed to have. It ain't them no more. When they go to mistreating us now, I mean, how does that feel? We got to fight the white men in this world. Now we fighting our own mates. And then the minute you leave a mate, oh, she want my last name. But I help you form that last name. I help you grow into that last name. I'm the one that helped that last name become relevant. And you want to disown me? You want to disengage me? Man, I'm only 4 minutes and 15 seconds into this.
I'm getting the bag. I'm doing X, Y, and Z.
I helped you get the bag. That's why we at Z. You forgot about A, B, and C? Before you got to Z, you had to go through the other parts of the alphabet. Move on.
And I'm doing well. A lot of ladies have gotten a lot farther in their life because of a man.
Let's talk about that. A lot of men. Hey, Black Panther time. Boom, a lot of men. Did you just say a lot of men? Or did you just say a lot of women have gotten far because of the man? Kool-Aid. Can we go back to the letter A? I birthed that man to get that far. I had to spit him through my canals in order for him to be anything. Without me as a woman, he wouldn't have been nothing. Not even his last name.
Way around, okay? It's not often that a man meets a woman and his life changes financially. Almost.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? It's not that often. Are you sure about that? When Michael Jordan started playing basketball and he married his wife, he became financially stable and able. You know his wife's family is the one that held him down, right? His wife's, Michael Jordan's wife, go and ask him. Michael Jordan's wife, her family is the one that helped elevate Michael Jordan. And what I can appreciate about my black kings, because I'm going to give it to them, I have never heard Denzel Washington. Big ups, y'all. Real men. I have never heard Michael Jordan. And he's not with his wife anymore. Samuel Jackson. Should I keep going down the list? I have never heard them get on any social media platform. I have never heard them do an interview and down their queen. Because those are men that really appreciated us. Those are the men that I wish were really valid these days and available. The way the men have been treating women these days, that means you didn't take a page out of any of those men's book. There were so many comments, 298 of them to be exact, from the celebrity junk. I normally don't read comments because I don't go for comments. I don't care about comments. Because once I came up with my own thing, I'm staying there. But I couldn't help but see a couple of them. We don't have to be treated this way. We don't. And you just said that men don't become, a woman don't basically have anything to do with the financial parts of a man. But I can tell you this. Obama was our very, I'm talking about Obama, I hope you know him. He was the very first president, black one. Do you realize that when Obama hit office, did you notice how Michelle really was the one that was rising to the occasion? Did you ever notice that? Obama rose because Michelle was right there behind him. She was elegant, classy, intelligent, smart, stood her ground in a more prestige way. She did that on her own. She became the first lady. And people honestly were more interested in Michelle than Obama. But I still want to go back to say, I'm glad that you can report and say that men this and men that and women not this and nobody wants this lady and, you know, we need their last name and stuff like that. But I want you to understand this too. I brought y'all in this world. So you became powerful through a woman. You didn't become powerful on your own. If a woman didn't birth you, you wouldn't even be. So that mouth, these conversations that you're having, I would like for you to go back to your mother and I would like for you to apologize to her. And when you apologize to your mother, what I also would like you to do, let your mama know I got her back. The queen got her.
Ever, okay? When a man meets a woman, for the most part, his life don't change financially. His life don't change career-wise. That doesn't happen, okay? When a woman is done with a man, he don't get to benefit from her no more. He don't get the...
When a woman, you mean to say when a man is done with a woman, he don't get the benefit from the woman anymore. Let's talk about that yet again, because you've been contradicting yourself through this whole story. A man may not be able to benefit from a woman when they leave because he's already benefited from her. He benefited from her through his entire career. He benefited from her because she held everything down in order for him to become someone. She gave him the benefit at the beginning. She gave him the benefit in the duration. She gave him the benefit all through the process. He got the benefit. See, you see, I don't know if you understand what credit is. I don't know if you understand what a loan is. When you go to talking about credit, I ain't talking about a secure card. When you start talking about credit, when you start talking about a loan, you get those things up front. So what this woman did, what us women do, we give you the loan up front and we look for you to pay us back on the back end. It shouldn't come with interest. You give that to the credit card people. You give it to the bank. So you're telling me I didn't give benefits in the beginning? First of all, I gave you life. Outside of life, I gave you another benefit because I gave you the benefit in the beginning. It's like I accepted that you can do this in the beginning. That's why I decided to hold everything down for us. I gave you the benefit in the beginning. At what point do I get paid back? Why are you reporting these things? Because you're not qualified. You're not qualified. What you're reporting is false news again. You know why? Because you on top of the surface. Go underground like I do. When you go underground, you will understand. I gave you the benefit in the beginning, just like they give you credit in the beginning, just like they give you a loan in the beginning. I gave it to you already. When do I get paid back? And when I get paid back, how much do I get paid back with? So if I gave you the benefit and I gave you the credit card, I gave you the loan in the beginning, I didn't deserve to keep your last name? If that's the only way you're going to pay me back, look how much I gave you in the beginning. I gave you everything in the beginning. At what point do you give me back? It's just like a lender. But let me tell you how you triple dipped on me. You triple dipped on me because I gave you the beginning of this benefit by sitting back, taking a back seat, helping you build a career, making sure you got known, making sure you can get the practice, making sure that you were available when they needed you, making sure when you got home, you got your rest. I took care of the kids. I took care of the house. I took care of myself. I was taking care of you and you were still cheating. At what point did I get paid back? If the least that you could give me, because I helped you make millions in the beginning off my loan, okay? I helped you get it off my loan. First of all, your mama brought you here. And because your mother brought you here, I continued to carry it. I gave you all the beginning. I gave you all the benefits in the beginning at no charge. But was it no charge? It's not easy raising children. It's not easy going to work. It's not easy doing any of those things. So when you say, when a man leave a woman, he don't benefit financially from this woman, but he benefited in the beginning. Matter of fact, he benefited in a big way, because had it not been for me, you wouldn't have made it that far. How much do you really feel like you owe me at this point? I think it's worth more than your last name. It's worth more than your last name.
No cheeks no more. He don't get anything no more. It's over and done with. That woman usually is still using something that man then got her.
He's still using something that man done got her. He's still using something that man done got her. What about what he was using in the beginning when she gave it to him for free? She gave it to him for free in the beginning. She gave him every platform he needed for free in the beginning. She also built him up to a space to where once you start making money, once you hit a certain social status, once you hit a certain financial status, you need somebody to trust. They go, wife. You needed someone to trust through those days of everybody coming for me because they want something. I can't trust nobody. Are they my friends because they want something from me? Are they around me because they need my money? Why am I getting all these vultures around me? I can't trust nobody but my wife. Are you sure you meant to say what you just said? Are you sure you really meant to do a video like this? Or is it that you didn't know that there was a queen lurking and she was going to find you? Don't report news like this anymore unless you realize that there's more than one aspect to this. And the main aspect that we need to look at from the beginning is, if not for one of these black women, if not for one of these queens, you wouldn't even exist. We've given you all the benefits in the beginning when it was free. At what point do you think you owe? You have women out here that are literally holding men down. And not only are they just holding men down, they're also going to work while they're holding you down.
I don't care if it's as little as a cell phone. I don't care if it's furniture. I don't care if it's a watch. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's an apartment. I don't care if it's furniture or a camera. That woman is still benefiting from what that man has done for her when they were together. A man don't. And once a woman is done with a man, he don't get nothing else from her.
You're worried about furniture. You're worried about a car. You're worried about quite a few things. But what you're not worried about is that same benefit that you're saying this person don't get anymore, or these men don't get anymore from a woman. I hope none of them have children. Because one of the biggest benefits that you get is I have birthday child from you. And if we have done the right thing, guess what we just did? We also just produced another powerhouse. How much more powerful can that be? So the first power, because you said that men are the most powerful people ever. But how powerful would he be if his mama didn't have him? You're saying that a man doesn't benefit anything from a woman. But when that woman first got with that man, I gave you all the benefits in the beginning. I gave you a loan in the beginning. I gave you everything. I gave you a credit card. You know, when you get a credit card, I gave you all of that in the beginning, and I didn't look for a payback right then. Go get a credit card from the white man now and think you're going to use any of it and not pay it back in 30 days. They're going to snatch your credit when you don't pay it, and you can't use none of it for 7 years unless you file bankruptcy. I gave you 2 things so far that you said women don't give. Again, the first benefit was life. I've given you life. That's a benefit. When I married you, I gave you more of a benefit because I also gave you a loan to go and do whatever you needed to do. I got you. I'll hold this down to the ground until you get back. Did you see the story about Judge Mathis? Him and his wife, they're going through a divorce. They've been married 39 years. Yes, they did. They're going through a divorce. His wife was an at-home wife. I guess the way you're talking, Judge Mathis didn't benefit anything from his wife, but they got 4 kids that are successful. And Judge Mathis said it for himself. My wife allowed me to go and work 15 to 16 hours a day. She allowed that because it's not easy being basically a single mother. They got 4 children together. He was working 15 to 16 hours a day. Who do you think held the house down with those children? Those are called benefits. Those are called an advance payment. If the least you can do for me when this is all over with is me keep my last name, something is wrong. I'm so tired of these male chauvinistic bashing men until it's despicable. It's disgraceful and it's disgusting. And I would like for this young man to go back to his mother and apologize. And when you go to your mother and you apologize, I would like for you to also tell her the queen says she got her.
All, period. It's done. It's done.
And you're right. It's done. I'm done with this conversation. I'm done with your chauvinistic ass. I'm done with this lame comment that you decided to make. I'm done with this boring heading that you decided to label across your channel. And I hope those subscribers that you had are done with you, especially if they're women. And I hope you understand, you male bashing womanizer. I hope you understand this. If it wasn't for me as a woman, you will not be. This is your girl, Queen Dee Dee with Dee Dee Said It. All I can tell you to do is like, share, comment, subscribe. Hey, if you don't do nothing else, get to know me. Do not let these men belittle you, undermine you, mistreat you, or even judge you in a manner like this, women. One thing that you better know and understand, and if you don't remember anything else that I'm saying, if you produced any children, especially any of these males, you're one of the most powerful people on this earth. Because I wanted to also reiterate this. A lot of times when a woman that's really, really, really trying to find peace, and they have been through so much, or they've been in a relationship that may have came with money, whether it came with the money or it didn't come with the money, I can tell you this, a lot of the times, and I've seen it through even the celebrities that showcase their lives, the next relationship they go in, it doesn't even be a relationship where the man is known. A lot of the times, these women find men that are out of the spotlight. So I wanted to know where did these statistics come from? You're not going to look for the same thing. I'm sure she already know a basketball player isn't it. I'm sure she's feeling like a rapper isn't it. I'm sure she's feeling like a football player isn't it. They don't run places like that. And I also want to say something too that's to the contrary of a lot of people, but believe it or not, you're so fixated on a black woman got to have the last name, and a black woman got to this, and a black woman has to that. I want to be clear, and I think anybody can kind of relate to us on this. We've come a long way for our black men to even be millionaires. Let's keep it all the way real. See, because what I forgot to tell you is about when you come and talk to me, don't be on the surface when you talk, because I'm only an underground person. I'm going to take you all the way to the depths of the bottom of it, because I'm going to dissect everything that you say, especially when it comes off offensive, and I have to be the voice of reason for my queens. Because we're going to get that voice because we've come so far and we're beat to a pulp behind you men. You too, white women. Y'all too. And black women, I'm going to get on you in another video because we beating each other up. We're giving them the open door. The body slam us out our own houses. You're talking about money. In our black communities, especially back then, because a lot of the women that you're talking about right now are getting men from back when. How many of them that you knew were millionaires back then? Let's keep it real. Michael Jordan in the crew, Michael Jordan Magic, Larry Johnson. Should I keep going? Refrigerator Perry, all of them. They weren't born into money. They started making money. So let's start being a little bit more humble. Let's start practicing our manners. Let's stop disrespecting black queens. And I need all my black queens out there. You need to start being addressed as such. Because as long as you walk around like you're peasants, they're going to continue to treat you as such. Even though you're the ones that's really running these houses these days. We all know 95% of the children, don't quote me on it because I said it because that's what Dee Dee said. 95% of these children in the black neighborhoods, they're raised by their mothers, even with a father in the home. Let's stop this. We need to stop this, and we need to stop it fast. Because all this male chauvinistic piggish stuff that I'm hearing, y'all better know I'm just getting started. Now go ahead and dissect this. This is your girl, Queen Dee Dee, the Chatterbox.